Today was day 5 on the debate of the second reading of the 2018 budget.
Last year, 188 had been set aside for Muslims considered as long-time IDPs. It was set aside from the Ministry of Resettlement under Minister Swaminathan. This time it has been allocated under the Ministry of Commerce. I wish to ask the Minister what is the connection between the two. The Ministry of Commerce had made an allocation for the shopping complex at the Manor bus stand. When I spoke to a minister who is seated in front, he told me the ministers have reached a deal among them. If there is any report on the claims that a deal has been reached, name that minister. You mentioned the minister and he must respond to that. I cannot respond to that. The proposal and the concessions that we have set aside for the North will not take place under the single ministry. Those are allocated according to the subject. So you can make allocations under the President or the Prime Minister. However, the issue is this. If the Minister of Health requests for the development of the Berula harbour, will you allocate it under that ministry? When we were making allocations this year, it was never done under any single ministry. It was allocated under the subject. If there is a personal matter, let us discuss it elsewhere.
On the first, we had a very important debate on the constitution, and during that debate I made a political explanation. A politician who was not pleased with that convened a media briefing the next day to sling mud at me and make false allegations. We will not walk on mud, we will walk on land. We have all the documents required for this. 6 years ago, in 2012, there was an issue with regard to substandard fuel at the CPC. The secretary back then, during my absence, acting as the chairman, had called for fuel to avoid a shortage. A chemical process had taken place within the storage tanks. This caused several vehicles to stall and filling pumps to malfunction. Compensation was paid after obtaining 55 million rupees from the supplier. On the 13th of November 2013, audit reports were sent to COPE and the Auditor General by then acting chairman. The report says, as the funds were obtained from the supplier, the country or the CPC did not incur any losses. I make it clear, do not do this any further. We are aware of the character of those who steer them as well. We are prepared to reveal everything as and when they are required. There may be shortcomings in this government. It is evident in any government. Just because of that, the people are not prepared to bring in those who are in government. This can be called a policy statement that goes beyond a budget. The reason is because when it is a budget, the aspiration is for the reduction of the prices of goods. Therefore, before the budget was announced, a kilogram of potatoes was reduced by 39 rupees. Sprouts were reduced by 10 rupees. A kilogram of dal was reduced by 12 rupees. A kilogram of dried fish was reduced by 50 rupees. And a kilogram of coconut oil was reduced by 25 rupees. We allocated 1,500 million as concessions for the poor people. That cost was included in the budget. It pains when we speak about the reductions. Have you forgotten how we reduced the prices of diesel, petrol and kerosene? This is how you are. It pains when we speak of our initiatives.